everyone, and welcome to the DPW Rundown. I'm James Darnell, here to give you everything you need to know before DPW No Pressure on May 21st in Durham, North Carolina. Tickets are still available at DPWTIX.com, and if you can't make it out, of course, the event will premiere live on DPWOnDemand.com at a later date. The Workhorsemen shocked the world back in March as they attacked DPW Worlds Tag Team Champions Violence is Forever after their scheduled cage match. A night of history turned to disaster as Anthony Henry and JD Drake had VIF trapped inside the metal structure. Now fast forward to May 21st, Kylon King and Dustin Waller, known as the Miracle Generation, current holders of the IWTV Tag Team Championships, make their DPW debut against a newly focused and battle-tested Workhorsemen that have their eyes on DPW Gold. A win over the Workhorsemen would instantly put Miracle Generation on the books in DPW, but as we've seen in the past, wins do not come easy against the Workhorsemen. Nicole Matthews made her DPW debut at DPW Live 2 in New Jersey, and now she makes her way to Durham, North Carolina for the very first time at DPW No Pressure on May 21st. Nicole Matthews is a 17-year veteran with many title fights on her resume, and she is working towards another one against current DPW Women's Worlds Champion Emi Sakura, who has reigned as champion since December of last year. Signed to face Nicole Matthews in Durham is Jada Stone, a young upstart who is not afraid to stand in the face of adversity if that is what it takes to reach her goals. While Hyan is the current #1 contender, the women's division in DPW is always ready for the next challenger, and that could very well be Nicole Matthews or Jada Stone. The Battle of the Cutters. This past March, Jay Malachi took the current DPW Worlds Champion Lucky Ali to his absolute limit, almost scoring a pinfall on the champion, a feat that has not been accomplished in over a year in the DPW. Now the Malacutter gets put to the test against Myron Reed, a man known around the world for his own signature cutter. The road to gold is a lonely one, and in the end, there can only be one. The Malacutter versus Flame On, May 21st in Durham, North Carolina. Speaking of the championship divisions here in Deadlock Pro Wrestling, they continue to heat up as the bounty hunter Brian Keith and the aesthetic crippler Kevin Blackwood both make their DPW debuts on May 21st. This is a first-time ever matchup signed, as both men have never competed against each other in singles action until right now. Only one can have their hand raised in their debut in Durham. You gotta come out and see it. Lucky Ali has held the DPW Worlds Championship since November of last year, hoisting 3 big defenses as the current reigning and defending champion. But Lucky will be put to the test the night before on May 20th as he faces longtime veteran Jason Kincaid in Lexington, North Carolina for that championship. Now, Lucky did put out an open challenge for the world's title on May 21st in Durham, a title that he could very well not be holding by that date. Press reached out to Lucky about this, but Lucky's response was simply, "I will be the champion." I guess you could say confidence will meet a wild card as Lucky Ali will face Kincaid for that title, but only one of these two men will be DPW Worlds Champion on May 21st, and there will be an open challenge for that belt. The questions are, who will the challenger be, and who will the champion be come May 21st? Violence is Forever have been holding gold in DPW since December of last year when they won the DPW Worlds Tag Team Championship at the first anniversary. Fresh off a tour of Japan where VIF successfully defended the championships against the Calamari Drunken Kings and Shinkiba First Ring, they returned to a tag division in DPW that is as hungry as ever. At DPW Live 2, MSP defeated Above the Rest, becoming the #1 contenders for the titles, and they have their next target set. This next title fight is important, as Violence is Forever have a chance to make history. VIF are currently tied for most title defenses in DPW tag title history, and if they can win this next title fight, they will have the most defenses of all time. The new #1 contenders MSP have their work cut out for them as they fight to make history of their own. And a fight that has been brewing ever since the first ever DPW event. The fans have been waiting for this particular fight announcement for over a year, and the day has finally come. The Deadlock Demolition Machine Bojack and the DPW Gatekeeper Calvin Takeman will lock horns in the orange and black ring for the very first time. Bojack, a former DPW Worlds Champion, and Calvin Takeman, a former DPW National Champion. This is a fight between two of the absolute best that the DPW has to offer. Tickets are still available for DPW No Pressure on May 21st at the Durham Convention Center. Just head over to DPWTIX.com and get your tickets now. And of course, if you can't make it out, DPWOnDemand.com is your place for all DPW content. Deadlock Pro Wrestling, tradition evolved.